Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 19th. Cancer, we are going to jump right in here. I don't know. This is annoying me today, so let's fix that. But we're going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you at this time, Cancer. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to make sure to only follow the social media accounts that are linked down below. There are tons of scammers out there claiming to be me. I will never ask you for money. I will never offer personal readings, so make sure you don't get scammed, Cancer. But Cancer, let's see here, and let's see what is going on for you. You start off with the Emperor and like 20 other cards here, so let's see. You have the Emperor, the Security card, and the Illumination card here. So I feel like something is obviously coming out here, something is being brought to light, and it's like you're realizing something about a person. And it's very clear here, maybe you tried to heal things with a person with a star, could be this Emperor person, but maybe you are deciding to walk away. You have the Devil here, so some of you could be walking away from a person who's like controlling you or trying to be controlling. And I do feel for pretty much all of you, that you could be walking away from just a controlling situation in general. Could be an addiction. It could be a job that is controlling, that's too controlling. So I feel for a lot of you, it's actually a pretty good reading because there's like an element of freedom here. All the readings have been about freedom. Makes perfect sense with the astrology, I would say. I feel like there's a lot of things in the astrology that are pushing people towards more freedom, mostly Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus has to do with our values, but also freedom. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like if anything is too restricting, you are probably going to want to leave, or you are going to be feeling a lot of pressure over the between now and the end of 2025, something like that. So it makes sense, is what I would say here. And again, it's going to be different for all of you. I think something people need to realize is like what's restricting for one person might be freedom for another. So it's like, there's no judgment here, and it's going to be different for all of you, whatever this is. But again, I feel like some of you have been feeling controlled by something. The reason also I say this is the Star card. You have the Star, the Temperance card, and the Ten of Pentacles. The thing with the Star is that sometimes it can be something that kind of gives us hope, right? And you have the Illumination card, which is like something is being revealed to you here. And the Star card, she is normally pouring water onto the land. The symbolism of her pouring water onto land basically says if something is possible for one person, it's possible for everybody to accomplish it, right? If one person has done something, definitely possible for you. For some of you, there could be like a goal, a wish, a dream. Could just be a way of living where it's like you see someone and it's possible for them. And you might be saying to yourself, this person's a dummy. How did they accomplish this, right? And so it's like something is becoming possible for you here, Cancer, like a better life or maybe a certain goal, wish, or dream that you have. And I feel like you're saying to yourself, that person's a dummy, or, again, no judgments here, right, Cancer? Let's use proper language. So it's like that person, maybe you see someone who isn't as capable as you, right, accomplishing something. This could have to do with intelligence. It could have to, maybe someone is lazy, and you see them accomplishing something. I feel like it kind of makes you sad. You have the Three of Swords here, but then you have the Fool, I kind of get this sense of motivation on the Fool, where it's like, again, if you're seeing someone accomplishing something, and maybe you're like, wait, they did that, how come I can't do that? And so I feel like it's kind of making you feel motivated, making you want to accomplish something. You have the Star, Temperance, Ten of Pentacles, a lot of success here. The Temperance card, I'm kind of just getting like small changes is kind of like what I'm feeling here with this energy. Temperance, there's kind of like an element of experimentation with the Temperance because he's like pouring water back and forth, but I'm getting more small changes. It's like maybe there's a person at work who does better than you. And maybe you're like, this person can't even tie their shoes in the morning. Like how, and they have mustard on their tie. Like how are they able to do better than me? And I feel like what it is it's like maybe they're just willing to take smaller risks or they do things differently. I kind of see you like figuring these things out. I'm seeing her dress here almost as like a veil, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. But it almost looks like it's like, and what I mean by a veil is I'm talking about like there's like a veil, like you can't see. It's kind of like covering up the details on the other side of her, right? But they're kind of showing through. So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like saying you kind of have the you're kind of going in the right direction. You kind of have the right details here, but I feel like there's like more to the story. 10 of Pentacles to me, believe it or not, can represent hidden or secret information. We can look at the 10 of Pentacles two ways. You can look at the old man on the 10 of Pentacles as representing kind of like long-term wealth and security and abundance and kind of like an inheritance or leaving a legacy. There's another way to look at the 10 of Pentacles, which is that the old man is a beggar bringing a gift to the family that is on the 10 of Pentacles. He represents someone who has nothing to give, giving something, right? So he kind of represents knowledge on the card sometimes. And I personally love reading the 10 of Pentacles that way because I think it's a better version of the 10 of Pentacles. But, he can represent someone who is bringing knowledge and something that really isn't money, but he's bringing wealth in the sense that whatever he is telling you could make you very successful, right? And I kind of get the feeling here that that's what this whole reading is about. It's like something is possible. You're not exactly sure how to accomplish it because of the Temperance card. Intuitively, that's what I'm feeling. I don't think that's an accurate way to read the Temperance card, but that's kind of like what I'm feeling. And it's kind of like you're having to find some information out on how you can accomplish this. So what is this here? I'm getting the word stings is popping into my head as well. I kind of am feeling that here with this Nine of Wands. Some of you could be finding something out that stings a little bit. Let's look into this. Let's see. High Priestess, again, something is hidden behind her curtain. It's a mystery. We don't know exactly what it is. You have the Emperor, a plan. You have the Emperor 3 times. I feel kind of like both ways about it. I feel for a lot of you, you're experiencing a lot of control, or maybe you're just feeling more frustrated by things that you feel are controlling you at this time. I kind of get that energy here. And you have the Knight of Pentacles, one foot in front of the other. Knight of Pentacles is about experimentation. He doesn't care how long it takes him to accomplish a goal. He just one foot in front of the other accomplishes it. So I feel like for some of you, it's like this whole first row is about needing to move towards a star. Again, I think what's good here is that there's a certain amount of faith and hope. Something is giving you hope, I feel, intuitively with that star card. Mostly also because of that illumination card as well. And so I like that. I also feel that there could be information coming in for you here from a person, and it's kind of like they're lifting the veil, is literally what I feel like saying. For some of you, this could be spiritual. For others, I don't really feel like it's spiritual. I feel it's like a person who gives you information, or maybe you're able to discover something about a person or whatever it is that they're doing in work, in business, in love as well. And it's like you're discovering something, and it's going to lead to success. For some of you, I do feel like there's like uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat what I'm feeling here, Cancer. I do feel like there could be something that stings a little bit here. It's not like a bad thing. I think this is something that's going to lead to growth, right? It's like, I feel like someone could be telling you something about yourself. Maybe it makes you feel a little bit bad, right? We've all had those moments in our lives, right? Where it's like somebody tells us something, it hurts, but at the same time, we're kind of glad because it's like it's what helps us move forward. I do get one of those moments popping up for you here for whatever reason. I just feel it intuitively here. And so I feel for some of you, just, looking at the reading here and just kind of putting the intuitive things together, I feel like somebody could be telling you something. It kind of hurts, but it's kind of like it's like one of those uncomfortable truths that it's still the truth, right? So I would listen to it because, again, even though it hurts, I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of progress. You have the Observer card here. Like I said, I feel like you're seeing something as possible because maybe, again, maybe your cousin who, is extremely lazy becomes very successful doing something that you want to do. And I feel like you're like, this person's so lazy, why can't I do that? It's like something is becoming possible for you here. And I feel like you're just seeing it, right? You have the Emperor, the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Wands here. Again, control. Right? I feel that for some of you, you could be saying to yourself, I hear you saying that's not fair, right? And I feel like some of you are feeling controlled. Like maybe you feel like there are certain things in the world, or maybe you feel like there are certain rules and regulations that are kind of boxing you in. I'm not saying that there aren't, right? I am not discounting your struggle. I'm not discounting the things that you could potentially be going through that are kind of like holding you back. But what I will say is I feel like there is a way around whatever it is that you are experiencing here. I think that, one thing that I always like to remind people as well, one of my favorite people of all time, Les Brown, he says, easy come, easy go, right? It's like you might see someone getting something very easily, but they could lose it just as easily. It's like by going through the struggle that you've been going through for a while, It's like you've learned things that someone who got it easier didn't have to learn, right? You've learned like better ways of doing things, or you've learned how to overcome obstacles that they never learned how to overcome. So it's like, yeah, someone might have gotten something easier, but you're in like a much better position is what this reading is saying to me here. For others, I do feel like you could be walking away from a relationship, kind of like I said at the beginning of the reading. I feel like this person's a little bit toxic, though. You have the Nine of Cups. I would make a wish at this time here, Cancer. You have the Nine of Swords here as well. Nine of Swords is a temporary situation. Three of Swords is also a temporary situation. It's normally raining on the Three of Swords, but it doesn't rain forever. Although, I'll tell you what, it has been raining for like the past 3 weeks, I swear to God, where I live, and it's driving me crazy. So I love the rain too, and but I'm a little bit over it right now. But again, it doesn't rain forever, right? Eventually it stops. And you have the Two of Swords here. Two of Swords is needing to see other ways of doing things. Temperance, but I feel like you are seeing another way of doing things as well. I do feel like, again, I keep getting this not fair thing here, Cancer. I get it. Again, I do feel like you could see someone accomplishing something maybe in a way that you feel is like underhanded or cheating or something like that, but I really don't think it is. I think it's just another way of doing things. I really don't have a good example for you popping into my head, but it's like maybe you see someone who's successful at work or in business, and it's like maybe they're taking a shortcut, and I feel like you're saying to yourself, I do all this hard work, but they take a shortcut. And, I get it. I totally understand, but at the same time, I feel like you need to realize that it's like not against the rules, whatever this is, and that's how it's popping. That's a weird message, but take it how it resonates. But again, I would look into it, and it's like, could you imagine if you combine all your hard work with the shortcut? I'm not saying it's a shortcut, but if you combine those things together, it's like you're gonna be very, very successful, and I feel like that's how you should look at this, whatever is going on here. With that Two of Swords. I would say be careful what you wish for at this time as well. I do feel like saying that. I'm actually going to double clarify this row. Why is that pop? Let's ask, why does Cancer need to be careful of what they wish for? I mean, other than the fact that you just might get it. You have the Six of Cups here, the Wheel of Fortune here as well, and the Queen of Wands. This is like a repeating cycle to me. I would be careful if like if a toxic person is coming back from the past, maybe you've been hoping that someone would come back, but maybe it's just going to repeat the cycle, right? I would be careful of repeating a cycle here, especially if you're wishing for something to come in. Two of Swords plus everything that we just got clarifying, by the way. Basically, if you're wishing to have a second chance at something, Six of Cups is getting a second chance, right? And it doesn't have to be love. It could be anything. Wheel of Fortune is a repeat cycle. For some of you, it's like you could be wishing that something works out in your life, like a business or a job, and it's like you could be getting a second chance. I'm trying to think about how to word this properly, Cancer, because it's kind of like jumbled. But what I would say here is it's like sometimes I think that we wish something else will work, right? Now, I'll give you an example. When I started this channel, I was actually working on another business. I wanted that other business, even though I actually like doing tarot more, I wanted that business to be more successful. But it's like today, I'm very, very happy that this is the most successful thing, right? And so I kind of get that feeling here where like in work or business, you could be hoping to go back to something, or you could be hoping that something is more successful, but it's like actually something else is going to be more successful. Two of Swords. Two of Swords, she's like where she has always been, and there's new lands behind her. There's like a new opportunity. I do feel like sometimes we get too stuck on something, especially for those of you working on a project, right? It's like if you've been pouring your heart and soul into a book and, maybe you're feeling intuitively guided to start something new, but you're also like, no, give me a second chance on this book. It's like, what do they call that? I think they call it sunk cost fallacy, right? Where it's like, if you put a lot of energy into something, you're more likely to not let it go, even if it's not working, based off of the time, effort, energy, money, spirituality, whatever you put into it. It's like you're more likely to not let it go. And I feel like this kind of like letting go on energy here. And I'm not saying you should give up on something, but, I would say that if this message is for you, what I'm saying is there could be something else that you also want to work on, and that could be the thing that is what you truly wish for, So I would just think about that here. I would be careful of something, and again, what I would say here is something has clearly died, right? Something has been released here, and maybe you're wishing that to go back to whatever this is, and that could also be a clue for what this is. You have the Two of Swords again. So again, I feel like you need to go to new lands here with this energy. I feel like there are things that are trying to get your attention. Those crows are attacking her head on this card. You have the Devil. the Hierophant, and do you have the Hierophant twice? No. The Hierophant and the Fool. I do feel like you're going to take a leap of faith away from something. The Devil is something that sucks your energy away. It might have been you that in the mid-July readings I was talking about the black box. Normally the Devil is standing on a black box, and he has these vampire wings as well, which kind of represents something that could steal your energy. And I feel for some of you, you're seeing whatever this is as something that could steal your energy. The Hierophant kind of like says you're ready to go to the next level, you know? Hierophant says you have graduated from life or something, and you're ready to take a leap of faith towards something new. So Hierophant in the Fool kind of says you know everything you need to know to get started on whatever this wish is, right? On this new wish, something new. I wouldn't even call it a wish. I feel like it just, again, you're seeing something that is, you're seeing something that you didn't think is possible as being possible. Could be love, money, business, whatever. And I feel like you need to take that leap of faith here, Cancer. Let's see where this is going here. You have the Hierophant. This card in the Two of Cups could be marriage for some of you. So maybe you didn't think marriage was possible, but actually marriage is possible, and a positive one is possible at that. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. Eight of Pentacles is personal development work, and I don't always feel that, but I do feel that for you here, Cancer. I feel like you've been working on yourself quite a bit, and that's probably why you're making progress. And the Seven of Cups here as well. I would stay focused. And I would also say, I feel like saying don't sell yourself short as well. Seven of Cups to me sometimes can represent settling in a certain way, because Seven of Cups says you have a lot of options. And it's like maybe there's something big that you really want to accomplish in your life, or that you really want to have, but maybe there's something smaller that you just see as easier to accomplish. What I would say here with the Star is I feel like it's saying, no, your big goal is in beyond that, that's what you're capable of accomplishing. So I kind of feel like this reading is a little bit saying don't settle at the same time. I also do feel like it's saying keep your eye on the prize. Pretty interesting reading, and very good reading as well. I would just say be careful what you wish for, especially if you're wishing to go back to the past, because I feel like the future is much brighter, is what this reading is saying. Love it. Thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time, Cancer. But thank you, Cancer, and definitely enjoy your week.